Frank Zappa once said, "It isn't necessary to imagine the world ending in fire or ice. There are two other possibilities. One is paperwork, and the other is nostalgia." And that's exactly where we are now, nostalgia as apocalypse. But nostalgia doesn't just happen. It's the byproduct of closed systems, systems that abuse people, drain their energy, and feed on trauma. Trauma becomes ego, ego becomes ideology, ideology becomes identity. And once you're trapped in identity, you start reenacting the same cycles over and over. The ego turns novelty into disaster. This is why the novelty wave, the constant crest of newness in time, crashes into a spiral of disaster. Because instead of flowing forward, society clings to the past. Closed systems overload us with stress until our hippocampus can't process newness anymore. And when you can't hold novelty, you cling to tradition. You mistake repetition for safety, and the wave collapses. That's why history doesn't feel like progress. It feels like cycles of disaster. Think of it as a cycle. Closed systems normalize abuse. Abuse sublimates into trauma, which hardens into ego, ideology, and identity. From there, we project personas and reenact the same wounds, until our brains become addicted to stress hormones. Those stress loops damage the hippocampus, the organ that makes new memories, and so we default to nostalgia. Nostalgia fuels tradition, tradition fuels fear of the new, and that fear collapses into fascism, war, and genocide. The end of the cycle isn't an end at all. It loops back into closed systems, which keep abusing people, restarting the spiral. This is the novelty wave crashing down, the death of flow, the collapse of the new into endless reruns. And here's the cruelest part. Nostalgia is never even accurate. We misremember. The so-called great 1950s weren't great because of some timeless moral order. They were great because post-war America looted Germany's gold, thrived on reparations, and rode the novelty of jazz, beat poetry, psychedelics, and highways. The same decade was seething with racism and repression. Nostalgia cherry-picks novelty out of context and pretends the abuse didn't exist. It's not memory, it's myth-making. It's a CGI Egon in a Ghostbusters reboot, an empty hologram, a ghost of a ghost. The truth is, you can never go back. Not in time, not in life. The world spins endlessly through the void, never in the same place twice. Your cells are always changing. Your body is a colony of mitochondria and microbes. Flow is the nature of reality itself. Nostalgia is unnatural because it tries to break flow. Just like trauma frozen in the unconscious, nostalgia is a moment that refuses to transform into action. The two are the same thing. So nostalgia is not just the death of novelty, it is the death of flow, the death of life. And every time we cling to the past, we collapse into cycles of disaster, fascism, war. The only way out is to open the system, to let novelty increase, to let trauma become action, to let memory become flow. Because the truth is, everything new is already here if we let it crest. Nostalgia is death. Flow is life.